What's going on, everybody? Welcome once again to Bluedaberry Gaming. My name is Bluedaberry, of course. Today we're going to be talking about Sea of Thieves. Arrgh. Let's get into the video. Alright, so Sea of Thieves, made by Rare, is doing very successful. It's great that such a big company, that we know and love for some amazing games, is doing so great with their big comeback. Even though they've come back, as soon as the Xbox One came, they made their grand return. It's really awesome that their game is doing so good. Right now, it's the quickest selling new IP that Microsoft has. And that's crazy for a company that hasn't made a game in a long time, other than remaking games. On the launch day, it got over 1 million players. 1 million players for such a small style game. Normally it wouldn't break records at all. And I feel like this game is huge. This is like an icon of what games can do. Even if you're a game company that is, that hasn't made games in a long time, or maybe if you're a game company that doesn't make games anymore at all, you always have a chance to come back and make something awesome. My first look at the game, my experience was mixed because I didn't get to play with multiplayer. So I didn't get to play with a bunch of people selling the seeds and doing all kind of cool stuff. I had that solo experience, which was very, very rough. It's kind of rough playing that game by yourself, controlling the ship and doing all that kind of stuff by yourself until you really get the hang of it. But it's still cool. It's still a great game. And I got to check out the mechanics and see what the game feels like. And it feels awesome. There are games that look really cool and it seems really cool when you're watching other people play them, but when you get that, actually get to grab that controller and get that experience, you know what it feels like. You know the difference. Playing the game was really interesting. The ship was really cool. Being able to control starting the ship up, having so many different controls and having so many different things that you can do with the items that you're given. They could have easily made it so you get on the ship, you press one button and the ship goes. But they really made it so that you really have full control over your ship. So it's really interesting. There's a lot of more things that are probably going to be coming out for the game. And I know that they're going to constantly be upgrading this game. Since the game is online only, you got to deal with every now and then maintenance or the game being down or not working and stuff like that. So that's kind of difficult. But it's still awesome because that means that the game is going to constantly be coming out with new stuff. And Rare has finally made a comeback with this game, selling so well. I'm not too sure if it has to do with Game Pass. It was free at launch for Game Pass, so that might have had something to do with it. But still, even though it was on Game Pass and that might have to do with the sales, that just shows that Microsoft made a good business decision. I know that there's going to be a lot more DLC coming. There's going to be a lot of more changes coming to the game. I love what they're doing for the community. There's a lot of games that companies that are so big that even when they hear the community feedback, they're not listening. And I know now, in this day and age, that's a huge thing. So it's great that when people complain and they don't like stuff about the game, Sea of Thieves people, they go in there and they fix it and they take it away and they change stuff. So that's good. We need more companies like that where they actually listen to our fan feedback because we're the ones playing the game, 24/7. So it's going to be us. You're working on the game. We're playing the game. We're the consumer. If you're online always and you can fix those changes, it seems like that's what they should do. Thinking about Destiny's shaders or something like that gets me upset, but more communities need to do stuff like that. And I wish that it was more like that. And I commend Sea of Thieves for being one of those games. I could see this game growing and going and growing a lot in the future. I could see them putting out new stuff. A lot of people jumping back into it. Look at Grand Theft Auto. It's doing well. After all these years, it's still doing good. Still making headlines. It's still getting sales. They really don't have to take the cost down because the game still feels like a huge game. Still constantly updating and giving us new stuff. That's what Sea of Thieves is going to do. Games as a service is huge now. A lot of game companies are doing it. And it's hard to find that niche, where you just want to, where you can bring people back and actually make more money off a game by giving microtransactions and stuff like that. I'm also making a video on my opinions and stuff on microtransactions later on, but for them to make a game that you can do that, it's kind of hard. So for it to be successful, that's great. And I don't want to see this game go down and people dislike it or anything like that because Rare is a great company. I just want to see them thrive because they're a really good company. My point is, I want to know if the Blueberry Squad loved Sea of Thieves or not. Let me know your experiences down below. If you haven't joined the Blueberry Squad, join now. Click that subscribe button. I thank y'all for watching today, and I hope y'all enjoyed it. My name is Bluedaberry,